Obviously, they're all your children. You love all your children. But who's your favorite?
Scorpion.
No hesitation.
No hesitation whatsoever.
Wow.
Who was your go-to Mortal Kombat character growing up?
It's a bit of a cliche, but it was probably Scorpion. But as the different iterations have come out, I found myself playing Noob a lot. I just loved the dynamic between two of them. I just found that really exciting, and it was really the best chance I had of beating my son is with Noob. Not that I ever did it very well, but it was probably those two characters, I'd say.
I was a Raiden guy for the first game, and then a Baraka guy when Mortal Kombat 2 came out, and then I was just hardcore Baraka for the rest.
Obviously, they're all your children. You love all your children. But who's your favorite?
Scorpion.
No hesitation.
No hesitation whatsoever.
Wow.
Why Scorpion?
Scorpion was the first character that we gave a really crazy move, the spear. When we got that working, pulling somebody in, that's when we kind of got the feeling of, there's something maybe special going on here. And that kind of inspired the more outrageous moves. Freezing somebody, Raiden teleporting to the other side. It really was kind of like the kickoff moment with so it's more nostalgic than it is, I feel, for the character or something.
Obviously, everyone who wasn't turned into a popsicle is coming back. Is it fair to say that this one might be a little more focused on characters from the games as well as a tournament aspect?
What was so great about the first one is that it really showed what was working and what wasn't, and what the fans really responded to and what they really loved. So we very much had sort of our marching orders coming in on this one where, okay, we figured out sort of the formula. We figured out what they loved and what they responded to, and now can we just give them wall-to-wall 2 hours of just that, of just the good stuff. That's exactly what Simon did.
One of the things we talked about very early on, how to make the highs higher and the lows lower, how to make the tournament more expansive, and how to create and do something with a tournament construct, because what Jeremy's done with that construct, it's quite a tricky script structure thing to deal with, and he came up with a really nice way of making the tournament feel special. There's a lot of visual variety in the second film, so that was on purpose. That was a specific choice to utilize what Ed's created over so many years and say, all right, that is a part of the DNA of Mortal Kombat, where there's all these different tones and feelings going on, but there's also these different realms and different places and different. So I was like, well, let's just take people on a journey. We really get to feel those different realms and different facets of what Mortal Kombat is.
Ed, so much of this one does seem to be about Johnny Cage, the man, the myth, the legend. And I'm curious, when you were creating him, did you see him becoming such a beloved character, or was that a bit of a surprise?
When we were making the first game, we had no idea who was going to resonate with players. One thing that I love about this film is that everybody wanted to see the tournament. They added the tournament, but the tournament has consequences. You are rooting for somebody to win, and you are shocked when you see somebody, there are fatalities in this. Johnny Cage was definitely one of the most normal character, the most that you could see walking down the street. You're never going to see Raiden literally walking down the street. So the way that some of these characters have resonated with players, I think, has been one of the big joys of being involved in this.
To also some of the other new characters we're seeing a lot more of the Shao Kahn dynasty in this movie. And you were touching on it earlier about seeing more realms. Was it important to really dive into, let's say, the weirder or more fantastical elements of Mortal Kombat lore with the villains in this movie?
It wasn't so much about going for the weirdness. We go to Edenia, right? So I was excited about being able to bring that to life in a very massive, authentic way. One of the processes that I've really enjoyed has been, you go to the versions, the pieces of Edenia that we've seen through the games over the years, and there haven't been that much. And so we sort of found some architectural motifs and some things and some lore about Edenia, and we were able to then apply that to the city and the world and the land of Edenia. One of the things that I really wanted to do, and it's in this one, is take levels and arenas from very early versions of the game. So, for example, The Pit, which is in the trailer with Sonia and Sindel, that is the Sega Genesis version of The Pit. And I was like, okay, we got to do that. And everyone was like, oh, so we're going to... No, we're just doing that on a massive scale. And the Blue Portal was exactly the same. I was very excited about the idea of bringing what was, if you look at the sort of the original version of the Blue Portal, it was sort of this swirl. And then I thought, how do we make this the most beautiful... Because the scene that plays out there is a very character-heavy scene. It's a fight, but there's a lot goes on character-wise within the story of those characters. So I wanted it to have this grace and beauty and scale to it. So that were the reasons we chose those things.
Ed, was there anything that you were really excited about them doing in this movie that you have felt has never really been done on the big screen before, and you were excited to see it make that transition?
Yeah, a million things. A lot of the settings, like Simon said, were a lot of the settings were given so much more dimension. The characters were given more dimension. Like talking about Johnny Cage. They add nuances that we've never thought of, and I think the actors also contribute a big amount of that to their they put their fingerprint on the film as well. There's so many Easter eggs and secrets and nods to the game that Mortal Kombat fans of the games are going to have a real treat seeing all these references.
I can't wait to see what y'all have built throughout the rest of this world when the movie comes out. And congratulations and thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having us.